Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, Sampler V, Series V's I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. This is like my 5th review in a row. This is 1, 2, okay, it's 4. 4th review in a row. So I'm a little bit wacky, okay? It's a lot of reviews in a row. I used to do a lot of reviews. I used to literally just take 3 hours out of my day and just do a bunch of reviews. These days I try to just keep it rolling, just do 2 or 3 a day. Just keep up. But anyway, we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yam around about for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck, I'm wearing grody work clothes. That means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is not the case in this particular instance. I actually got this sometime last week. I don't even want to say I got it from 7-Eleven, but when I travel around, I look for stuff, and when I find stuff, so it just all ends up in the fridge or in the cupboard, and eventually I go over there and review it. But I did see this particular item, and I was like, yeah, that looks like some shit I would review. So, what am I reviewing for you, folks, even though I super do not need any extra caffeine right now? It is, boom! It is International Delight Reese's flavor iced coffee, made with real milk and cream. One word, Reese's. When is the best time to drink a Reese's flavored iced coffee? Whenever the hell you want. I added the hell, but, made with real milk and cream, just delightful. No corn syrup, no carrageenan? I don't even know what the fuck that is. I guess it's good that it's not in there. But anyway, let's do a light shake. I already shook it up a little bit earlier, but, let's do a thing for the thing. Can we do a thing for the thing? Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Let's give it a go. All right. I'm looking forward to this now. I like it. I like it a lot. And this reminds me of something. I might have even reviewed it at one point, but I don't remember anymore. I've reviewed too many things. So, basically what it tastes like is chocolate and peanut butter milk. And there's a company, I don't know if they're from Illinois or if it's just where we get a lot of our milk from, but there's a company, I think it's called Prairie Farms, and they sell milk in different varieties and shit. And I used to be able to, and for some reason I haven't been able to in a long time now, but they used to sell chocolate peanut butter milk. And I love that stuff. Super good. This immediately reminded me of that. I was like, oh my god, I haven't had this in so long. But it's also different because you get the chocolate, you get the peanut butter, which is really nice, by the way. It sounds like it almost wouldn't work, but it so does. Then there's an undercurrent of a mild coffee flavor, which makes sense. It's like an iced coffee. So the peanut butter and the chocolate are definitely very prominent flavors. They are definitely the first things that hit you. And they ride with it pretty much throughout the entire experience, but at a certain point, the coffee really begins to kind of, take hold a little bit more, kind of, especially near the end, it's really kind of the main flavor. It's nice. It's a nice blend. It works really well. I mean, chocolate and peanut butter just work as a flavor combination, so and the peanut butter is really strong. It has a very nice nutty flavor, which makes sense when you think about it, because you think about coffee, you think about coffee creamers, how many of them are hazelnut flavor or what the fuck ever. Typically you don't think peanut butter, but, having earthy, nutty flavors in coffee is a long-standing thing. Here's the question though. Does it taste like Reese's? Answer: no, it doesn't. Because, although it does have a peanut butter chocolate aspect, the peanut butter is so much stronger than the chocolate. Like, that peanut butter hits you really hard, and it does not really want to let go. The chocolate is more of an afterthought. It's in there, it's playing a role, but the peanut butter is just way heavier. And it's a very nutty peanut butter, you know, like it's not just like the kind of, you know, smooth generic stuff that, you know, you're getting with the Reese's. Where, like, because Reese's, yeah, it's peanut butter, it's chocolate, but it's definitely a very specific blend to make it taste that specific way. In this case, the peanut butter, oddly enough, tastes almost a little bit more like actual peanut butter than like a Reese's does, where again, it's like, you know, blended, it's like a whole thing. This, you're getting more of a nuttiness from the peanut butter, and as a result, the chocolate doesn't really have the opportunity to shine the way that it does in a Reese's. I really like it, but I don't think it really plays to the namesake as much as it could. But I do really like it. It's nice, it's smooth, it's creamy. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know how much I would want to drink a Reese's. Maybe a lot. But I think in this instance, I think what they did with it was really smart because, you know, again, nutty stuff works well with coffee. Chocolate stuff works well with coffee. Those are both flavors you can put into coffee and have it work. I think by going over there and putting the peanut butter forward, I think it really allowed this to not only stand out, but to go over there and really highlight the more unusual aspect of it. Because if it were just chocolate, okay, it's just like mocha or whatever. But the peanut butter is really the thing that you're not typically thinking about when you're thinking coffee stuff. They wanted you to think about it. They put it at the forward or at the front of the flavors and really allowed it to shine. Yeah, it doesn't exactly taste like a Reese's. It's a little bit of, you know, a little bit evocative of it, but not too much if we're being honest. But for being a nice mix of peanut butter, chocolate, and coffee, I think it works really well. And I like the fact that the peanut butter really is the star in this whole thing. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes and yes, but caveats. I think for me, like I said, I really, as much as I love a Reese's, I appreciate the fact that it doesn't taste exactly like a Reese's. In fact, I think you could have just called it chocolate peanut butter and gotten rid of the Reese's aspect. And I think not only would you have saved some money on branding, but at the same time, you know, branding does help, you know, marketability. So there's that too. But I like what they did with it. And I think that, you know, I've never had a drink quite like it. You know, again, somewhat similar to the chocolate peanut butter milk that I've had in the past, but also doing its own thing, and I do like how peanut butter forward it is. So for me, I could definitely see myself getting this again. If I'm recommending it, this is where the caveat comes in. It depends on what you want. If you are a hardcore Reese's fanatic, okay, if you are over there selling your ass out on the street to get that Reese's hit, this is not going to be for you. If you are expecting a Reese's flavor, again, it's chocolate, it's peanut butter, but that's not all that goes into the Reese's experience. This is its own thing. Okay, you can put Reese's on all you want, but it's definitely its own thing, in my humble opinion. I still recommend you try it. Like, if you like peanut butter and chocolate, absolutely try it, because I think it does. The peanut butter is more the star, but the chocolate's in there, and I think that it's a nice drink, and I think it's unique in what it's presenting. But again, if what you want is that Reese's flavor, if you're over there, Reese's, I don't even know how that shit would work, this ain't gonna do you. You know, it's definitely more its own thing than really being a real, you know, actual facilitator of that Reese's experience. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly Reese's Peanut Butter Cup-tastic rest of your life. Because again, Reese's are just fantastic, man. They're just, not everybody likes them, that's fine, but I love them. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can really be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there when we can. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you are like the biggest Reese's fan in the entire world, right? Maybe your Reese's love is unmatched in this universe or any other, okay? So then you go over there, and it turns out, like, okay, yeah, you're like, you love the Reese's, but it's just not enough in this particular plane of existence. So then you go over there and you build yourself like this like warp device, and it's a whole thing. And like there might be some demons that come around, but that's a small price to pay for the deliciousness that is Reese's. So then you go into the warp, and then you're going through, you're fighting occasional demons here and there. Eventually you make your way to the plane of existence that is just Reese's. And you're over there, and you're just living there, and you become this sort of like elder Reese's god entity, and then you begin to challenge the other warp entities and stuff like that, you know, and it's a whole thing. You read into your Warhammer lore. Trust me, there's a Reese's peanut butter demon in there somewhere. You can count on it. Bye.